Ladies and gentlemen, the next fight of the evening will be a super heavyweight bout, plus 120 kilogram. Introducing first to the blue corner, he's coming from Russia. Let's give it up for Rizvan Kuniev. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call his opponent to the red corner. He's coming from the Netherlands. Let's give it up for Ruud Vernooij. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, starting by presenting the blue corner, age 27, weighing 120 kilogram, height 1.93 meters, having a personal record of 10 fights, 7 wins and 2 losses, 1 draw. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting for Goretz from Russia. Let's give it up to Rizvan Kuniev. Presenting the red corner, age 28, weighing 120 kilogram, height 2 meters and 3. Let's give it up. 10 fights, 6 wins and 4 losses. He's fighting for Team Agna from the Netherlands. Let's give it up, everybody, to Ruud Vernooij. This is a super heavyweight bout, 120 kilogram, 5-minute 3-round, extra 1 round, MMA rules. Referee in the ring, Alexandru Petcoglo.
Referee trying to get these guys to step back. They are not budging an inch. They're ready to go. And when you're that big and you've got a reach that long, these guys need to take a step back, because otherwise, as soon as the bell rings, you can just kick the other guy in the head. Here we go. We're underway here in the super heavyweight contest. These guys are so massive, they don't even have a super heavyweight fighter in Moldova, I don't think, to fight at this weight class. That's how big they are. Look at how tall Vernooij is. When he stands straight up, his head is actually over the top of the cage. You can see, though, that Kuniev, the Russian, who's got his man pinned against the cage there, he's thick like a brick. This kid is a brick house. Kneeing him on the inside. As I mentioned, he's very successful inside the cage. He's been on fire in recent years. He's won his last 13 fights. Many of them have been amateur contests, but still, a win is a win. Well, I hope they've got that cage reinforced. Otherwise, these two may break right through. That is a lot of beef in the ring right now. About 240 kilos pressed up against the cage right now. Wow. Ooh, socked him right on the belt line that time with the right hand. The crowd oohing and awing over that one. But the closest thing we've had to a fighter this big was Alexandru Romanov, who was the EFC interim heavyweight champion, and that was a big dude. That was a very, very big man. But he has not been competing recently in EFC, and hope to get an announcement very, very soon about what his future will hold. These two still battling it out here up against the cage. I wonder if the referee's going to step in and break these guys or not. There's blood on the inside of the right arm of the Russian, and I believe that's got to be his own, because I don't see it coming out of the face of his opponent. Fans are starting to whistle here. I think they're getting fed up with the action. They want to see something happen. And yeah, I believe, yeah, the referee going to step in there. Where is that blood? The nose? I think that the Dutchman busted the nose of Kuniev. Whoa! Now I'm oohing and awing. Can't help it. With two giants like this inside the cage, it's almost like a comic book come to life. Well, to kick off the evening, we had two flyweights at 57 kilos. Now we have these two guys, 120 each about. And again, the crowd already getting restless here when the action goes up against the cage. Kuniev is relentless here with that takedown, but the thing is, look at the right arm of the Dutchman. He's not going to let this guy get low enough to try to take him down. He's got the arm hooked, and he's just kind of waiting it out. He's getting in strikes when he can. As you can see, those strikes have been effective. They've obviously popped open the nose. There's blood continuing to stream out. Ten-second hammer has already gone. That means we've spent about 5 minutes up against the cage without much action. So it's a disappointing round for the fans' perspective. But from the perspective of Kuniev, who is trying to keep his opponent up against the cage, and that takes a lot of energy to do. And we'll find out what he's got left here. This could be a very telling round here in round number 2.
Round 2.
Look at the left shoulder, on the back of the left shoulder. You think these two guys are just playing games up against the cage? You think nothing's happening? You can see behind the left shoulder, it's just all red. It looks like somebody took a cheese grater and was just scraping away at the skin of Ruud Vernooij. That's the result of being pinned up against the cage like that. Your skin just gets ripped back and forth against that mesh. And he's continuing to do it too. It's a grinding, taxing, stinging kind of a pain. And again, the crowd starting to whistle again. This is not, I guess, the most exciting fight, but you can see the results of it. There's blood on the nose coming out of the nostrils of Kuniev, and you can see the back of Vernooij. All it looks like ground beef. Looks like a rare piece of steak. He's finally trying to throw his man and get him to the ground. Two completely different styles here. I would guess that Kuniev's got that Sambo background, as a lot of the Russians do, and that Vernooij, more of a stand-up fighter perhaps, just from my observations, maybe kind of a Dutch style of kickboxing. So we've got two contrasting styles here, but so far this is all we're getting. I think the referee is getting impatient as well, calling for action. But you can see that obviously Kuniev is he's doing a lot. He's exerting a tremendous amount of energy here. You could tell just by how exhausted he was at the end of round number 1. Some people actually booing now. Ooh, there's a short little right hand. And I say little, but that his fist is about the size of my whole head. So from the perspective of a super heavyweight, that was a little right hand. Right hand connects. He tries to give one back. He had to unhook the right arm in order to uncork that right hand, and then immediately snatched up the same position. Still 2 minutes left. Oh, he got him off balance there. And they're back up against the cage. Whoa! Wait a minute. He's working on him. He's working on him. Oh, he popped him in the face. Great right hand, the best shot of the fight so far from Kuniev. Where does he go from here? He's finally got his man in a more compromising position. And we're right back where we started. Now, these fans can hiss and boo all they want, but the fact of the matter is they're not locked inside the cage with somebody who's 120 kilos and a professional fighter. Oh my God! Did you see those shots? Now they're not booing. Now nobody's hissing. You better be careful what you ask for, because he just might get it. You can see that Kuniev he didn't come here just to hang out on the cage. He can and will blast somebody in the face. It's just a matter of getting the opening. And right now, Vernooij is just too good at not letting Kuniev get his way. And that's what we've got our stalemate here, and he finally goes to the ground. He finally got him to the ground. It took him almost 2 solid rounds of just grinding him up against the cage. But finally, he has taken his man to the ground, and now this is what we've been waiting for. He's only got about 15 seconds to work with here. Let's see what he can do. He's just trying to choke him out with his forearm across his Adam's apple. Oh my God, look at that shoulder. That is disgusting. End of round 2. Right? Well, they're still mopping up the cage here.
Final round.
Pouring water all over their fighter, trying to wake him up, get him back into the game. It is exhausting to hold somebody up against the cage like that, especially when your opponent is over 2 meters tall and in about 120 kilos. I mean, it takes a lot of power and strength and energy to be able to do that. Charges in at his man and goes back to his strategy. The crowd is not so happy about that. They're going to start throwing tomatoes into the ring here pretty soon. But you know what? I'm just going to take a wild guess here. I don't think Kuniev really cares. Whoa, he's seen something different now. And the crowd loves it. I've never seen a crowd cheer so loudly for somebody changing position on the cage before. It's got to be a first in MMA history, folks. Well, let's see how he does now. Now it's the Dutchman who's got a chance. He's got one leg here. But Kuniev is a massive individual. Is he going to be able to take his legs out or not? Oh, Kuniev adjusts his body weight. Ooh, that was a hard elbow. I could hear the jaw go crunch. Man, that is a very uncomfortable position. Look at the forearm and the elbow as he just presses it right across the side of his throat. Right into the trachea and the esophagus area. There's a lot of sensitive areas in the throat and in the neck like that. When you've got a man 120 kilos, you've got to carry his body weight and also contend with his elbow in that area. Oh! It makes it very uncomfortable down there. Well, this is what he wants, and he's got it now, and now he's got the time to work with it as well. Can he take advantage? Can he finish this fight? The coach is telling him to stay busy, stay active. Looks for a right hand. It hit him in the side of the hip. 2 minutes remaining now in this third and final round. This is certainly not the kind of fight I expected or that these people expected. Ooh. A couple of punches there. Grease the wheels. Man, you can hear those shots going in. Those are solid, solid blows. And again, look at the position of the elbow. Love to see either one of these guys against Alexandru Romanov. There you can see the back of the shoulder. Kind of damage that's been done there. Inside a minute now in the final round. Well, if this thing does go the distance, and who knows if it will, because with heavyweights, you know as well as I do that things can change very quickly, but you got to be giving these rounds to Kuniev. Look at how slippery these guys are, how much they're sweating. It's hard to get a grip. Oh, chiseling. Hammer fist there. Oh, and he busted the big guy open. I think that hammer fist caught him in the nose and busted him open. Takes the back now. Oh, dear. Look at that shot from underneath. He's got the back and back up against the cage. That looks familiar. Right hand. Oh, big uppercut. End of the fight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the winner is by unanimous decision for the blue corner. Give it up for Russia, Rizvan Kuniev.
That's what I thought it was going to be.